Hey, everybody. We are on repetitions and routine day 5. Thank you so much for joining me again. We have yet another core focus day, and we're going to be throwing in some heart rate intervals with our jump rope. If you don't have a jump rope, that's not a problem. You can pretend, just flip those wrists and get that jump going. You can pitter patter one toe at a time. I know some of you actually are lucky enough to have a rebounder, so you can get on your rebounder and hop there if you have a little step. Anything that feels good for you. March in place. We want to try to get the heart rate up just a little bit though. We will be on a stopwatch. I'm going to start that going because we are going to be having a little core set and then our jump rope set, and be able to watch our time all the way through. All right, let's start off on our hands and knees. And I'm going to have us go all the way back into our child's pose. And we're going to get some nice deep breaths going. So settle your forehead on the ground. Reach your arms way out in front. Get your elbows up off the ground. As you're building routine, even something like this, at some point every day, combine it with something else that you do on a consistent basis, whether it's getting your cup of coffee in the morning, brushing your teeth, putting on your pajamas, showering. When you first get off of work or whatever else. Get connected to your breath, how your body inhales and exhales, what's going on with that rib cage and diaphragm. All right, spread those fingertips out nice and wide. Push your hips up and back, slide the chest towards your thighs, and then pedal out your feet. All right. Get that stretch through the hamstring, through your calf, the grab into your back, hollow out your armpits. Go ahead and tighten through the core, roll yourself forward into a high plank, shoulders up over those wrists. Again, tighten through the core, tighten through those thighs, and then we're going to roll back. Inhale yourself back. Exhale, roll yourself forward. Inhale back. And then exhale forward. We're just going to rotate side to side, so plant onto your left hand. Inhale, bring that right arm up. Stack your shoulders, stack your hips. Remember, if something doesn't work for you, just adjust. Maybe you don't roll. Maybe you put your knees down. Maybe you go through the same kind of rotation, but you're standing. You kind of find what works for you. And then in a couple weeks, when we try it again, we hit up this set again. You go for it. See what happens. All right, plant your hand. We're going to walk our hands back to our toes. Hinge over those legs. Bob through those knees. All right, and then set down into a low squat. So go ahead and hinge side to side. Let your right heel come up off the ground, and then your left side to side. See if you can hunker your elbows inside your knees. Again, open that chest. All right, settle down, and then we're going to get started. So our first exercise today is a bird dog. This is one of the best starting core exercises that a person can do, and it's really important to just keep them coming in. So the way to make this exercise awesome is your own self-flexions. We've talked about our transverse abdominis draw, set up deep into the core. Slide the shoulder blades down. Remember, we want to pull those elbows back to point at the thighs. Before we even start going anywhere, I want you to pack your shoulder blades down, connect to the core, and just see if you can feel a rooted, flexed existence right here in this pose. I think a lot of times, especially with core stuff, a dead bug or a bird dog, we just set straight into it and start our counting right away. And it's much better and we get a lot more out of it if we can really set in find a foundation, and then get ourselves going. So we're going to lift our right arm and left leg, extend out nice and long, and then tuck it in on the exhale. Extend and tuck. It's not about counting your way through this. It's about really slowing it down, building flexion, building heat, back side of the body, front side of the body. If you don't feel like doing anything else, get some child's pose breath, some downward facing dogs, and then some bird dogs. Just keep that body moving. And 10. And flexing. Inhale, extend. Exhale, tuck. This can become a little bit problematic on your wrist, depending on how your wrists handle being on them. So you can always try knuckling, putting your knuckles on the ground. Take some time to get used to, but try not to find excuses. Maybe you don't do it as long, but over time, you're going to strengthen and develop those joints. 2 and 1. Get where you're wanting to go. All right, good job. Bring it up. We have our first 1 minute of jumping rope. Warm into it. Don't have to go balls to the wall already, but it's your own workout. You get what you want from it. Find that space, and then just find a good little rhythm. We still want to be contracting and holding that core throughout the minute. Maybe you like to do double unders. Maybe you like to do a double skip or high knees or single leg jumps. Whatever works for you is what you're going for. The motivation to show up starts with enjoying what you're doing. So maybe give yourself permission to back off, and you'll find that it's not as hard to show up anymore. Last 15 seconds. Depending on how much jump roping you have or haven't done before, your calves may start barking at you. Time. So just stop, pedal them out, give them a little break, come back. All right, we're going to go into bear taps. Bear is another really amazing, awesome core exercise. We're back on our wrists again. Spread those fingertips nice and wide. So remember, if you would prefer to just do the transverse draw, totally fine. Activate and grab in that rib cage. Otherwise, tuck your knees under, or your toes under, and lift your knees barely off the ground. This is your bear. Stay here if you need. Otherwise, we're going to tap hand and knee together. If you need to, you can just tap, but keep your toes on the ground, like this. All right, the goal is to keep the hips as level as possible. Activate and grab through the trunk and the torso. 8, 9, again, we're not trying to rush here, and 10. A lot of core stuff, slowing it down, taking your time, and forcing that core to hold flexion for quite a while. All right, back to that jump rope. Trying to keep that pelvis held neutral, right? So that big bony structure, the hips, want to keep squared to the ground, squared to the shoulders, and you do that by staying strong in the core. Oh man. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's see. Our next core set is an alternating knee to elbow. We're back in our plank position. Get my feet, calves a little stretch, go for that. All right, if you need to stay on your elbows, that's totally fine. You can also stay on your feet. So you can stay in a standing position and you do the same exercise, except you're on your feet. So you're gonna pull opposite knee to elbow again. We're slowing it down, making sure we can keep the shoulders up over the wrist, trying to keep that shoulder girdle square to the ground, stable, and use the core to pull the knees. So you tighten and flex into the core first, then you get that pull. Let's go one more each side. 10. Go ahead and take a little stretch through those wrists. Give them a second. I think the jump roping is nice too. Gives those wrists a little time to shake it all out. All right, back to that jump rope. See if you can slowly build your pace. Challenge is healthy. Body does like to be challenged. Be proud of the push, proud of the try, right? Never know if you don't try. So just give it a shot and see what happens. "20 seconds to go. Three, 2, 1. All right, let's see. Side plank dips. We've been definitely doing a lot of these. Super good. We're gonna get good at these this series for sure. All right, find your side plank. If you don't plank, you can do these, right? Hinge and tug, grip in, tighten through those obliques. You can find your own self-activation to build. So let's check in and try to keep the top knee from bending as much as possible, especially depending on how long you've been doing side plank dips. Try to keep that leg straight. Stack up those hips. 9, 10. Roll if you can. And go. 1, 2, 4. Focus on your oblique, getting that push. 9 and 10. All right, back to that jump rope. Feel free to go ahead and get started. Losing my hair. All right, here we go. "25 seconds to go. 3, 2, and 1. All right. We're going to go back into a side plank position. And we're going to do a rotation. So, if you'd like, you can set up onto your knee and your elbow. You need to get your hips still pushed forward and high. What you're going to do is a rotation down and then back up. Down and up. Otherwise, if you're fine on a full side plank, you're going to set up, bring your knee up, rotate down, same thing, and then press. All right, here we'll count this one. 1, 2. Remember, we're not rushing. 3. If you need to adjust your elbow or your foot that's supporting, that's fine. Kind of slip away. 6, 7. Find that oblique, find the front of the core, the whole way around. 10. All right, other side. Three, 6, stay flexed. 9, 10. All right, let's take a quick down dog. 1 round through, back to the top, back to our jump rope. All right, doing great, everybody. Keep it rolling. All right, ready, and go. Starting to push the pace. Means I'm going to mess up a little more. That's my challenge. Whew. 20 seconds left. Come on. Time. Whew. All right. We're going to go back to our bird dogs. Set it up. Tighten in. And then here we go. 10. 8. Work your breath with the move. 4. Find all those flexions. How else can you build the heat? Are you just, there's 10. Are you just extending and tucking? Or are you tightening the core, focusing on that grab as you bring everything together? 6. You get out of it what you put into it. 10. Whew. All right. You know what's coming. Here we go. Come on. Ten seconds. Time. It's getting tired. My shoulders. Alrighty. Bear taps. Set up your bear. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Trying not to wobble as much as possible. 9, 10. All right. Come on, jump rope. Let's see what we got this round. Doing great, you guys. Doing great. Try not to get frustrated. 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. We are going into our alternating knee to elbow. Set up your high plank. Tuck under. 1, 2. Tighten first. See how far you can get that knee. See if you can keep your shoulders up over your wrists. 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold, hold, hold. Flex in. Come on. Feels good. And time. All right. Come on, jump rope. Here we go. Time. Side dips. We have side dips. One more jump rope. One more core. And then we're there. Lift it up. 1, 2, 4, 7, 8. Come on, go for range. 10. Turn it over. 2, 3, 4, 7, 10. All right. Okay, ready, set, and go. Fifteen seconds. Three, 2, 1. All right. We're going to do our rotations. Here we go. Set it up. Find that side plank. Lift that leg. Rotate. 1, 2. Notice what's grabbing at each part of the move. 8, 9, 10. One. You got it. Build the heat. 5. 10. Oh, good work, good work. All right, sit back on those heels. Curl your toes under. Get that stretch through the bottom part of your feet. In fact, if you want to take the time to take off your shoes and really stretch bottoms of the feet, go for it. All right, come to your hands and knees. Inhale your right arm up, and then we're going to slide it under, thread the needle. As I said, those jump ropes get into the shoulders. Pull your hips to the side of the arm that's tucked under. And then let's go to that other side. Left arm up. Slide it under. Sit on the outside of that left shoulder. Hips pull to the left. Got to where I really love jumping rope, even though it gets frustrating at times. Okay, let's hit up our down dog. Really drive those heels down. Slide your left foot around your right heel. Relax in the neck and shoulders. Grab the core. Now slide your right ankle or right foot around your left ankle. Grab the core. Bring your left leg forward outside your left hand. Drop that right hip toward the ground. Oh, that stretch to the hip flexor. And then we're just going to kind of come into a little pyramid stretch. So come up to standing, line up your heels, pull that right hip around, pull your left hip back. Okay. Other side. Bring your right leg outside your right hand. Let those hip flexors stretch. That back left hip flexor. And then slide up. Get that pyramid hinge. So you should feel all behind that straight front leg here. Maybe all the way through your hip into the low back. All right, flip it over onto your back. Nice job, you guys. Ladies and gents, cross your ankle on top of the knee. Opposite side, flex both feet, pull deep into your chest or wherever you have it. You can always use a wall as well. Wall, couch, door. This is a great way to get that stretch. So good for your back. Let's switch it up. Just make sure your feet are clean or it's a wall you don't care about. Go ahead and reach your arms way far behind if you're using that wall. This is a great extra little component. Open your elbows, stretch across your chest. Great work. All right. Don't forget to set into those routines. Let me know what your routines are, what you're working on, what you're focused on building, whatever it is that you want to add into or take out of your daily life. So as you build that routine, becomes habit. You don't have to think about it. That's what we're going for. All right. You all are fantastic. See you next time.